welcome back once again to another episode of Jack's Tech Corner. This is another video tutorial of using Photoshop Elements. I've had quite a few people email me and throw some comments out there and ask, Jack, how would you install new brushes into Photoshop Elements? Now, brushes, as you know, is a tool that we can use to create different types of scenes. Basically, just like if you have a paintbrush set, you would have large brushes and small brushes. But there's so many other variations out there that you can find. It's just unbelievable. When I started looking for this, brushes for this tutorial, I thought, boy, there's a lot of them out there. First, don't forget to stop at jackstechcorner.com and check out the DVD. If you like these video tutorials, you should love the DVD because the resolution is a lot higher. They're all WMV files. That means they play on your computer. The DVD is very cheap. It's only $15, so pick up your copy today. Also, check out our sponsor's website, Green Screen Wizard. If you're a green screen photographer, then you'll love the Photoshop plugin. It works really, really well. You can watch my tutorials on that and go over and check it out. The programmer's name is Ken. He's a great guy, and he did a really nice job at creating great software. There's also a standalone program. You can download any of those to try them out. Go ahead and install those on your computer and see what you think. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into our tutorial today on how to install brushes. And where would you put brushes once you install them? I found this website, and I will put this in the show notes, so you'll find it on the right of this video. If you look, sometimes you have to click on more information, but there'll be a link there. And it's brushez.com. EEZY.com. There's a lot of free brushes in here. If you just click on this brushes tab, you'll find tons of free brushes in here. And you can download any of these and try them out. So what I'm going to show you today is how to download the brushes. Once you download them, what you do with them so you can get them into Photoshop Elements. I thought it'd be fun to pick this Tree Borders Photoshop brush. Now, once you come into here, you can preview it just by clicking on this preview button. And if you watch here, you'll see the preview. Alright, that'll give you some of the brushes there. And you can download it right here where it says download. So just click on download. It's going to save it as a zip file. Now, a zip file is just a fancy way of compressing something. Hopefully you're familiar with zip. If you're not, I'm going to also show you how to unzip these, because you have to uncompress them before you can install them. These brushes come in the ABR type format. And usually ABR means that there's multiple brushes in there. I have found some brushes out there that come in the PNG format. In other words, that's one brush tip. So this is actually a package of different brushes. Let's go ahead and click on Save File. Now, where do we want to save those to? Well, I created a folder under Download, and I just have a download folder here because, as you see, I download a lot of stuff, probably too much. And I made a folder called Photoshop Brushes. Let's go ahead and click on Save. Now that we saved those brushes, it's easy for us to go out and find those. We'll just open up my computer, go to D-Download, Photoshop Brushes. And they're right here. Here's the new one I just downloaded, Tree Borders. Now, if you right-click on this, you can simply go, and if you never had a zip program installed on your computer, then you would simply go down and go to Open With Compressed Zipped Folders. I'm going to show you that now. And this is actually the file right here we're looking for. You can see it already unzipped it. Go back here now. Do this again. You can see it unzipped it, the Tree Borders abr.zip. These are the files. And I really don't like the way it does that. So let's go here. This program right here is called WinRAR. That's R-A-R. There's also another great free zipping utility out there called 7-Zip. I would highly recommend it. It's a great program. So I'm just going to click on extract here, because what I want to do is I want to pull that brush out. Here's the Mac version, and here is the Windows version. Now, what do we want to do with that once we unzip it? If we open up Elements, it's not going to just see it. If you double click it, it's not going to know what to do with it. So let's just right click on that, and we're going to go down to Copy. Now we can minimize this. Now where you're going to go to is you're going to open up your C drive, look for Program Files, and look for Adobe. Once you do that, open up Photoshop Elements 7. Or if you have Photoshop Elements 6, you would open up Photoshop Elements 6.0. Now, they're both in the same location. I checked. So it's very easy to install these. Just follow along with this for version 7. And version 6 is exactly the same way. Double click on Presets. Now you'll see in here there's different presets in here. Textures, that's where our textures are hiding. Patterns, gradients, all kinds of stuff in here. But we're going to double click on Brushes. Now as you can see here, inside this Brushes folder, we have all of our .abr files. Just right click in here and let's go to Paste. Now we have the tree borders brushes in our Photoshop Elements 7. We can go ahead and just close that. Remember, Photoshop Elements 7 / presets and then brushes. Close that out. Now what we're going to do at this point is we're going to go ahead in our Photoshop editor. We're in our Photoshop Elements editor. Let's go to New Blank File. And we're going to make this a little bigger. 800 by 400. And all we're doing is just opening up a new file, just so I can show you these brushes. Now, if we go down to our brush, click your brush, and up here is where we're going to be able to change our brush style. And what we're looking for at this point maybe we'll click on Load. And if we look down through here, we're just looking for tree border. Here's Tree Borders 3. Okay, get that new file back open here. Okay, now we have our Tree Borders 3 open. You can pick out any one of these brush styles, and if you look here, you can actually now have the option of creating a style of tree very easily. So you can see the possibilities of this. You can actually create your own scene, and we're not painting these trees by hand. We're just simply using the brush styles. Then you have the option of creating a new layer if you wish. Creating a new layer, we can actually paint that layer a color. Let's paint it like a blue color here. We're going to get the paint bucket tool. We're just going to paint that. We'll turn that into an overlay. It's actually overlaying right into the trees, the branches. You can drop your opacity down some if you want to give it that darker kind of look. And that's where the brushes come in really handy, and they're a lot of fun to work with. One tip for you here: once you load your brushes into that folder, into the program files, here, I'll get back here for you real quick. Once you load them into program files, Adobe, Photoshop Elements 7 preset and brushes. Once you put them in here, if your Elements editor is open, close the editor and reopen it. That way you'll be able to go in and actually see the brushes up here when you click on brushes. And then just click this pull down menu and you'll find your Tree Border 3. I also put some other brushes in here I was playing with over the holiday season. Here's some snowflakes. And as you can see here, you can actually have snowflakes. You can lower your brush size just like you would using the right and left bracket keys. You can drop those in there. Let's get a better color though for that. I don't know how well white will show up. Let's give them like a unnatural color of like a red, and just click. Might want to raise your opacity up to 100% so you can see the snowflakes. You could even lower this down some more if you wanted to. It looks like we need something a little darker to actually see it showing up here. And there you go. That's how you would install your brushes into Photoshop Elements. Well, thank you very much for watching this tutorial. I hope you picked up something about installing brushes. Thanks to everybody out there for asking the question. Until next time, keep those shutters clicking, keep the editor editing. I'll see you back here very soon. From Jack, here at Jack's Tech Corner. Bye for now.